Hey everybody, I was gonna do a live, but I can never keep service right when I do, so I'll just take this video instead. So this is the day after the storm that came through here. It had to have been a tornado. I'm gonna show you my backyard. I'm gonna show you what I got accomplished today. But anyway, here you go. So here's some of the chestnut tree on the ground. There's my chestnut tree. Here, let me go this way first because this is the damage back here. But my building stayed up. These two portable garages, they stayed right where they are. I got them mounted to flooring, you know, so they're pretty secured. Like this one's got two 4x4 with plastic and plus my four-wheeler and stuff like that's in there. And then that one's got a deck, you know, so it's mounted to that deck. So those are pretty good. But you can see right there, that tree split right there. It laid over. It almost got my neighbor's little shed back here. But it laid over. Took my fence out. It's going to be a heck of a mess to clean up. But there's actually two branches. My brother and I were just out here looking at this. We got up a little closer to it. And there's actually two big stumps. See the other one right there? There's this one. And there's the other one right over there. So it took out two branches off that tree. This is a heck of a mess right here to clean up. But yep, it definitely took my fence out. But there's that. There's the view from over here of that damage. Those are the pine trees. I did get my electric fence moved out from under it today. And I got the horses back there. So they actually have a pasture to stay in now. We'll go around over that way and I'll show you. Oh, there's Princey Man. Princey Man gonna follow me around? Yep. It's about feeding time. So look, I can't even walk through that way. It's completely blocked off. The sad part about it is that it took out my pear tree. Like 100% the pear tree's gone. And it was a big, tall pear tree. And it was loaded with little bitty baby pears. So, yep, no more pears. That's really a bummer. There's the root ball of it. And there it is going out through there. And then this is chestnut. Chestnut. All this chestnut. There was a telephone pole right there. And this took this out. So, yeah, it's pretty bad. I wish I had a mill, like a sawmill, because I would surely mill this wood. This is chestnut wood. And then we got pear wood, and we got cherry wood, because that back there is black cherry. So, yeah, all of this. And it was a tornado, you guys, because, I mean, it's pretty daggone obvious. If you step back here, I mean, look, this wasn't even touched. None of this moved. But there's a path straight through that wiped out. I mean, that all was the same height all the way through there. You know, there was an apple tree back there. I guess it got took out too. But I can't get in there to see. It's buried under branches. But all of this on the ground, there was no branches laying out here on my ground. All of this is out of these trees. My brother and I were looking today. They're up in there. There's another broken branch hanging up in this tree. Up there. Let me get my cup out of my hand. Up in the top up there, I see a broken branch. right in there somewhere. That's hanging there, that, you know, good strong wind, gonna come down. This is hanging. I guess it's broke right up in there. I see another broken branch up in there. Oh yeah, we got a mess. I can't get around there. We got, yeah, here, let me walk under it, right? Huh. Right there. And the sun's right in my eyes. This tree, this branch came down out of this tree. It looks like there may be a branch hanging up in there. The real thick, dark mass. I mean, that's not normal. That's something laying there. So, yeah, I mean, if it starts getting windy, this wouldn't be a place to come hang out, that's for sure. And then we noticed standing out here talking, you see the big dark mass there? Well, there's broken branches all up in that tree. So there's broken branches that are hanging, just waiting for a good wind to bring them down. So, and then I got broken branches here, and that thing finally came down. It's been hanging in that tree since last year. But this is another thing that'll show you that it was a tornado. Because, I mean, I was in the barn. Like, I had just went outside. I'd been hearing thunder and everything else, and I figured, you know, Stormy's got her fly mask on. They all got fly boots on. It's going to get really wet. I don't want that stuff on them, you know, to just soak into their skin. So I came out to get it off of them. And Stormy was under the holly trees over here. And Ozzy, Pyra, and Rain were in the barn. So I grabbed the fly mask off of Stormy and I went into the barn because it had just started raining. And I mean, I wasn't in the barn 2 minutes. And it started pouring down rain. And then the wind came, and Stormy ran over here. She ran over here to get in, you know, I don't know. I was trying to get her into the barn, and she wouldn't come in the barn. And I stood in the barn and watched her fight for her life to stay on her feet through a tornado. Like, she was spinning in circles. She actually reared up one time and spun in a circle to try to keep on her feet. And it was just the most traumatic thing I've ever watched one of my horses go through. And there was nothing I could do. It was really scary. So anyway, early this morning, I got woke up at 5 a.m. because the only secure fence that I had on the property was my dog yard. It's the only place that the fence was not knocked down. So I had the horses in the dog yard. And Rain decided she was going to knock on the door and wake me up at 5 o'clock this morning. Now she is knocking on a glass storm door with her hoof at 5 a.m. in the morning. So needless to say, that got me out of bed pretty quick. And I went up and I put, if you look at the porch, you can see there's a 2x4 across there now. I kind of blocked it so she couldn't get on the porch. And made him stay in the yard. Tried to get myself a cup of coffee. We've been out of power now since yesterday when the storm came through. And this is probably why. Because right here's where the tornado came through down here. Now, you couldn't see the back of that building Friday. You couldn't see the back of that building. And if you look through there, you can see that it's laid straight over. I mean, it came straight through there. And the power lines are right there, laying underneath this tree that's on top of my fence. But it came straight through there. And I guess it came straight up the hill. I'm not sure. We had damage on the road down there too. We had trees down there on the road. So maybe it split off a couple little ones or something. I'm not sure. One went that way, one came this way. I don't know. But it definitely came up through here. It bounced up here I mean, because we've had strong winds, we've had all kinds of stuff. And I mean, if it was a strong wind, there would be more widespread damage. That was a path that came through here. Because I can show you there is an empty cat carrier sitting on the ground 10 feet or 30 feet away from where that pear tree is. And it's still sitting there. So, I mean, if it was just high winds, that cat carrier would have been gone. So anyway, that's the front. The first damage, down there where the power lines are. The second part of the damage, there's Lucky. He lived outside through the storm. I didn't know where he was. Scared me to death. But I don't want to make this video real long because people don't stay, in tuned for very long. And I don't know how long TikTok will let me post a video for. But anyway, I'm trying to get down here a little bit so we're in a shady spot so I can show you the other damage. Which is going to be hectic to fix. I'm not even sure how we're going to do it. Now I'm in a shade spot here. Here we go. So, well, it's kind of glaring on it, ain't it? Trying to find a spot where it's not. So, yeah, come on this side. There's a tree down right there across my fence. There's another one right there. That's all across my fence right there. And it's a pretty rough one too. It's pretty bad. So anyway, okay, so there's that. And so my front pasture is pretty much done in. Like I said, I did get up early this morning. I put this fence up across the front because I had taken all this fence, I had taken all that down to put up the wood fence. Baby Rain hears me. And then I needed it. So anyway, I did put it all back up first thing this morning. And then I came out here this afternoon and we fixed all the broken fence posts that were through here. There was like 2 or 3 of them that were broken. I actually duct taped them, put a couple sticks on either side of it and duct taped it up. Seems to be working pretty good. But there really wasn't any damage over here. This was okay. The big damage is the pine trees back here. Like you can see from here. You can see they're just like, there was a row of them. And there's only 2 left standing. Well, 3 if you count the dead one in the front. That we figured would be the first one to fall if anything ever happened. And it's still standing. So I wanted to take you around here and show you the pine trees. So there's Baby Rain and Pyra. And there's Ozzy and Stormy. They are enjoying this grass back here. I brought them back here so they would be able to eat grass. Have grass. Because I've been, they stayed in the dog yard last night. And then this morning I had them in my riding ring fence for a couple hours while I put up all the fence across the front. But, yeah. This is what this looks like. We got a big mess. I had to move my electric fence. It used to go straight back in a line. And I had to bring it out and around all the mess. That was the easiest thing to do at this point. But there's pine trees. Nice big laid over. Two big pine trees laid over there. I think it's actually 3 of them actually. I think there's 3 of them laid over there. Yeah, it is. It's 3 of them. There is a little bit of a tree down in the corner down there, but I was able to just kind of corner that off and get away from that. But yeah, that's the mess. So it's, it's pretty messy. A lot of cleanup. Gonna be doing a lot of work cleaning this mess up. I think my mother and I are going to discuss it, which we've been talking a little bit this afternoon about it, about calling the insurance company in, because, I mean, this is severe property damage that we don't have the money to repair. I mean, Now those trees back there, I can get that taken care of. The trees, you know, the big black cherry one laying across the fence, I can get that taken care of. Pear tree, all that, I can get that taken care of. These two down here on the front, unfortunately, I can't put on my insurance because this property is not deeded to me yet. The property that my horses are grazing on is still deeded to my neighbor. And I'm in the process of buying it from her. So anyway, it's not on my insurance. It's not in him with my home. So I can't claim that on my insurance, which is unfortunate because I would definitely. But anyway, that's the mess that we've had. Kitty cats, barn cats survived. There's Crinkle. Lucky was just here a minute ago. I don't know where he went. There's Miss Crinky Dink. All right, well, let's see. I got 16 minutes in, so I should be able to post this on TikTok without an issue. So, you guys, got a big mess to clean up. Actually, you know what? Let me turn that back around because I think you can finally see that tree a little better now. That one down there. Yeah, that mess right there. It's a big mess, and it's still up here. It seems like I get closer, it dims out. It's still like up in the air, so you know it's going to be difficult to get it down. It's going to be a job. But anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to feed these guys, and yeah, my barn's a mess. I got water in the barn, in the stall. All my bedding is just soaked. I'm going to have to go get new sawdust and clean all that mess out. Put it on the damn compost pile for next year. But she's spoiled rotten. She's spoiled rotten. That's the only spot of white she's got, is right there. Spoiled rotten. Crinky Dink. Come on, Crink. Alright, you guys, thanks for watching. I hope you made it all the way through. Hey, do me a favor. Comment, like, share. All this going on with TikTok and making the money and all that. I need it, guys. You can see what's going on with my place. So, yeah. Do the works for me. Let's make this happen. I could really use it. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a great evening.